When did a hospital look you in the eyes and flat out lie? My daughter Sable and I were 3 days into our holiday in Turkey when a minivan hit her while she was crossing the street. Sable fell hard, head first onto concrete. The van sped off. By the time I ran over, her blood was pooling on the pavement. I called the ambulance. We rode together. Mom, I'm scared. Sable kept squeezing my hand. That was the last normal thing she ever did. At the hospital, they rushed her through double doors. I wanted to go in with her, but a nurse stopped me. Family waits here. She put her hand on my chest. I looked at her. I'm her mother. I'm going with her. I tried to step forward, but she pushed me back. Not possible. Please wait here. I looked over and saw the security guard eyeing me up, so I sat down. An hour later, I asked again to see Sable. Different nurse, same answer. 2 hours in, I found someone who spoke better English. Why aren't you letting me see my daughter? The woman hesitated. You're a tourist. Tourists make the staff uncomfortable. They ask too many questions and interfere with treatment. My blood ran cold. What did that even mean? Ask too many questions. Finally, after 6 hours, a doctor came out. Your daughter is fine. Minor concussion. We only kept her for observation. She's ready to go. I breathed a sigh of relief, but I was also worried. 6 hours isn't protocol for a minor concussions. Something seemed wrong. 15 minutes later, they brought Sable out in a wheelchair. She looked fine with a small bandage on her forehead, but she wasn't looking at me. She was looking past me. I walked up to her. Sable, are you okay? She turned her head and looked at me with a polite smile. I'm fine. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. My daughter never spoke so politely. I placed my hand on her shoulder. Sable, it's me. It's Mom. She tilted her head. I'm sorry. Do I know you? My legs almost gave out. I grabbed the nurse and asked why she didn't recognize me. The nurse smiled. It's just concussion confusion. It will pass in a few hours. That night at the hotel, Sable looked at me like I was someone she'd just met. Polite, distant, formal. She called me ma'am and asked to use the restroom. I tried showing her photos, us at her birthday, the beach, middle school graduation. I'm sorry. I don't remember any of this. I didn't sleep that night. What was wrong with my daughter? The next morning, I took her back to the hospital and demanded answers. I waited 2 hours for a doctor. The doctor who came out wasn't the same one from yesterday. Your daughter had a concussion. Memory issues can last days, sometimes weeks. Give it time. She doesn't know who I am. I cut him off. She doesn't remember her own life. He shrugged. Actually shrugged. The brain is complicated. Be patient. I asked for her medical records and he said he'd have someone bring them. No one brought them. That's when I knew I was dealing with something really serious here. I found the administrator's office and demanded the records. She smiled and said they were being processed. When? Soon. I want them now. That's not possible. Please wait. I waited 4 hours and went back. Different administrator. Same answer. I came back the next day and the next. Each time they had a new reason and a new delay. Then day 3 changed everything. Sable woke up with a huge pain in her lower abdomen. I asked her if I could look there. She said okay. Then she slowly took off her clothes. I saw bruises, deep purple, on her inner thighs and lower belly. She never had these. I grabbed her shoulders. Sable, do you remember anything about the hospital? She thought for a long time. Maybe the feeling of someone holding me down, but I'm not sure. My blood literally froze. I called a different hospital immediately, a private one with international staff. I paid cash for an emergency appointment. We were there within the hour. The doctor at the private hospital examined Sable for almost an hour, drew blood, did scans. Then he asked to speak with me privately. I went into his office and he closed the door. Mrs. Valdez, your daughter has had a procedure. My eyes widened. I'd never been told this. What kind of procedure? He took a deep breath. An ovarian puncture. I didn't understand. The room was spinning. What are you saying? The doctor took my hand, gentle, like he was about to deliver news. I'm telling you that while your daughter was in their care, someone cut her open and harvested her eggs. I wanted to throw up. No, no way. Why would they do that? The doctor looked me in the eye. Black market. Eggs from young healthy girls are worth a lot. I couldn't breathe. What about her memory? She doesn't know who I am. He went quiet. Then, this procedure requires heavy sedation. If done incorrectly, oxygen levels drop. Damage to the hippocampus, where memories are stored, occurs. I was tearing up. Is it permanent? He didn't answer. That was the answer. I started full-on sobbing. My daughter was sitting in the next room, alive, but completely gone. We flew home 3 days later. I filed reports with the embassy and international lawyers, but the hospital denied everything. Records showed concussion treatment and nothing else. The lawyers said international cases almost never succeed. It's been a year and Sable still lives with me now. I don't know if she'll ever remember me, but last week she called me mom for the first time before going back to ma'am. So maybe there's hope.